This is day 4 of 30 days AWS series, and in this video we will learn about Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, which is also known as EC2. So AWS EC2 service provides us virtual servers on AWS cloud. So server is basically a computer which has more number of CPUs and large amount of storage and RAM. So developers deploy the application or website on these servers, and this server serves the request which comes from the users. In early days, when there was no cloud technology, people used to rent out the space in data centers and they used to buy the physical servers to deploy their application. But it was very time consuming and complex. So in early 2000, virtualization technology came. So this technology gave us virtual servers. So on top of physical servers, we install a software called hypervisor, and this hypervisor divides this physical server resources into multiple virtual machines, or we can also call virtual servers. So these are virtual servers, means we cannot see it or touch it, but it works like a real server, and it shares resources like RAM, CPU and storage from the physical servers. So using this technology, we don't have to buy more and more physical servers. We can have one physical servers, and using hypervisor we can create virtual machine on top of this physical server. So we can use it for web server, application server and database, because these virtual servers are independent with each other. So we can install operating system on each of these virtual machines. So AWS EC2 is a service which let us create these virtual servers on AWS cloud, and these virtual servers are called EC2 instances on AWS. And these instances are categorized into 5 categories based on how much CPUs, RAM, and storage they have. So, first is general purpose instances. So, this provide a balance of compute memory and networking resources. And these are good for the application that use resources in equal proportions, like web servers or code repositories and testing and development environment. So next we have compute optimized instances. So these are designed for compute intensive application, which gives us high performance of the software. So these are good for the batch processing workloads and media transcoding and high performance web servers. And then we have memory optimized instances. So these are good for delivering fast performance for our workload, and these are good for processing large data sets in memory. Next, we have storage optimized. So these are designed for workloads that require high-end sequential read-write access, and they deliver thousands of low latency input-output operations. And lastly, we have escalated computing, which is also called GPU computing. So these type of instances use special hardware which is called GPUs, and these are for extremely fast performing workloads like machine learning or AI experiments. So there is an important topic of EC2, which is Amazon Machine Image. We can also call it AMI. So AMI provides us images of operating systems. So in physical servers, we install operating system using disk, right? But in cloud, we cannot do that. So we have these machine images, and Amazon has machine images for all the operating system out there, like Windows and all the distribution of Linux, like SUSE, Red Hat, and Ubuntu, and also for Mac. So we can use this AMI while launching the EC2 instances to have operating system which we want on our server. And we can also create our custom AMI in which we can define operating system and the software which we want for our server. So we can use our custom AMIs whenever we want to launch a EC2 instance with our operating system and software installed in it. And EC2 instances have their life cycles. So this is very important because it can be asked in interview. So in AWS, when we launch a EC2 instance, it goes in pending state and then it goes for running. And from there, we can either stop it or terminate it. So when we stop it, it goes for stopping and then finally it gets stopped. And when it is stopped, we can restart it again. But if we terminate it, it goes for shutting down and it gets terminated. So remember that when you terminate a instance, it will be deleted permanently. You cannot restart it. So this is the life cycle of EC2 instance. And for connecting to our EC2 instance, we use SSH key pair. So this key pair has private key and public key. So public key is stored in EC2 instance while launching it, and private key we keep it to ourselves. So when we connect to EC2 instance, we have to specify this private key file. And now let's go to console and do some hands-on. So I am on console now. Let's go to EC2. This is the EC2 dashboard. Go to instances. As you can see, I don't have any running instances currently. So let's launch an instance. Click on launch instance. And now you have to give a name to your server. So you can give any name. I'll give web server. And these are the operating system AMIs. So you can select which operating system you want on your server. So I'll select Ubuntu. You can also select any other flavor of Linux, or if you want, you can select Windows as well. Scroll down and then we have to select instance type. So because we are using free tier account, so you can select t3.micro. So it gives two CPUs and 1 GB of memory, so which is enough for doing hands on. Now we have to select key pair. So we can also proceed without key pair, but in that case we cannot SSH into our EC2 instance. So we have to choose a key. So let's create a new key pair. Give a name. I'll give as demo key and click on create key pair. So here you can see .pem file has been downloaded. So this is has the private key which we have to specify when we do SSH to EC2 instance. Then we have network settings. So for this demo, I will leave it as default. Scroll down and click on advanced settings. So in user data, we can give command or script which we want to run on our EC2 instance while launching it. So I will give this bash script to install Nginx on my server. Now click on launch instance and you can see we have created an instance. So you can see currently status is initializing. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Now you can see 3/3 is check passed, so we can connect with the instance. Click on connect. So here we have one option to connect using public IP. So this will connect right from the console. Just click on connect. So it will open the console on new tab. Now let's check the Nginx status. So I'll give the command systemctl status Nginx. You can see Nginx is active and running. So now let's connect this EC2 instance using SSH. If you have Windows operating system on your computer, you have to download Putty app to connect using SSH, or else you can download Git command line and we can SSH to our EC2 instance. So I will use Git command line for this demo. First, we have to go to the path where we have our .pem file. So it is there in my downloads folder. I'll go to downloads folder. Now we have to modify the permission of .pem file. So just give chmod 400 and the file name and hit enter. So now we can SSH to our EC2 instance. So just give command ssh-i and the PEM file name. And then we have to give username and public IP of the EC2 instance. So go back to console, copy the public IP, and you can see username is Ubuntu. So go back to the terminal and give the username paste the public IP and hit enter. Here you can give yes, and we have connected to our EC2 instance. So that's how we can connect to EC2 instance using SSH. So here also you can check the Nginx status, systemctl status Nginx. It is active and running. Now let's create a custom AMI using this instance. So go to instances and select the instance. In actions, you can find images and template. Click on create image. Here you can give image name. So I'll give Nginx image and click on create image. Now go to AMIs. So AMI is created and here you can see it is owned by me, means this is my custom AMI. If you click here, we have public images So click on public image and you can see all the AMI which is owned by Amazon. So these are available on AWS Marketplace. Let's go back to owned by me. So you can see currently AMI status is pending. So we have to wait for few minutes. And now it is available. So we can launch an instance using this AMI. So just select AMI and click on launch instance from AMI. Here you can give name. I'll give Nginx server and select the key pair which we have created and click on launch instance. So you can see instance has been launched using that AMI. And now let's connect to it. So now let's check if Nginx is running on this instance because I have not given any commands in user data. I just created using AMI. So here you can see Nginx is running even if I have not given user data commands to install the Nginx on this instance, but still it is running because we have created this EC2 instance using the custom AMI. So this is the advantage of using AMIs. So when we launch instance using an AMI, we don't have to configure servers and commands when we launch instance because our AMI already have everything in it. We just have to click on launch and we have ready to use server. So this is all for this video. And if you have any doubt, you can comment down and we'll see you in the next video.